Hey guys, what's up? Time for a fragrance review. Haven't done one in a while, so to keep my channel active that wise, I'm going to do a fragrance from by Terri Fragrances. I'm going to do the Oui Plus, Oi Plus, however you say it. It's basically the s'more smelling fragrance. And if you haven't heard of by Terri perfumes, or they have a lot of gourmand kind of stuff. So if you like gourmand foodie fragrances, definitely check it out because they're so fruity. They actually can almost be kind of candle smelling, I think, almost to the point of being novelty-ish. But I mean, price-wise too, even though some of them might be so fruity that they might be kind of novelty smelling, you can't really beat the price. They're all priced awesome. And if you believe in good karma and good vibes, I've talked to Terri herself quite a few times, and actually a really nice girl too. So yeah, I mean, support nice people, right? Something like that, right? So anyway, the Oui Plus Oi Plus, however you say it, is basically the s'more smelling fragrance from her house. The top notes are marshmallow, cocoa absolute, Peru balsam, styrax, patchouli, and the bottom note is burnt coffee. Now, like most of the fragrances that I've smelled from her, this is also a pretty fruity fragrance. Although this is a s'more, supposed to smell like a s'more fragrance, I would just like to say more so than a s'more per se, like a real s'more thing like at the campfire or just say a s'more that you make in the microwave or something, right? This is more of a, I think this smells more like a s'more kind of mix. If anyone's had like a s'more candy, like smell like s'more bags, like a s'more pre-mixed bag of just like little baby graham crackers and marshmallows and like chocolate. You know what I mean? It smells like that. It smells like a fake kind of s'more topping. Not that that doesn't smell good. I mean, because I still eat that shit sometimes, but that's the kind of s'more it smells like, if that makes sense. At the beginning, though, I'll say that the graham cracker for this is very strong at the beginning, and that's the first note that starts to go away. But again, at the beginning, it's a s'more kind of mix. The graham cracker smell is the first that fades, and then you get a sort of Hershey's chocolate syrup just drizzled all over, maybe some marshmallows as the marshmallows is the second part that fades. But that middle part is very chocolatey with some marshmallows basically. And then at the bottom, you get basically kind of like a smoky incense kind of chocolate. It's not exactly something like, say, if you smell Slumber Houses or like that has some kind of like a smoky chocolate at the base too. This is really more of kind of like a incensey kind of smoky chocolate. It's not as rough. It kind of like tingles your nose a little bit because of that. There's a lot of styrax in this, so if you don't like styrax, you know what I mean. This might the base of it might tingle your nose a little bit. And that Peru balsam or whatever, it's more of a kind of incensey, tingly kind of smoke to the chocolate. And that's basically the base of it. So I mean, it's not a super complicated fragrance, but I would actually say, and you do get the burnt coffee. There's definitely a little bit of a coffee smell to this that you can pick out as well. I would actually say though, more so than thinking of this fragrance as like a novelty fragrance, I would actually think of this fragrance, especially when the graham cracker tones down. I would actually just say if you like chocolate fragrances, check this out because that's basically what I took this as. More so than a novelty s'more fragrance, which again it does smell like a s'more, albeit a s'more mix kind of s'more is what it smells like. I would say if you like chocolate fragrances, check this out because that's what I took this as. I took this as a chocolate fragrance, and I like chocolate fragrances, so I like this quite a bit. I will say I have gotten compliments on this as well when I've worn this. It's not the most manly smelling thing ever, but it's really nice smelling, and like most of her fragrances, very gourmand, very foodie, and even if you were of the mindset that maybe this is too much of a fun kind of scent, I mean, for what you pay for this, I mean, you're paying about 15 bucks for what it is, it's about 15 ml for about 15 bucks, something like that. So, I mean, the price wise is pretty awesome for what you're getting, considering that there's a ton of niche fragrances that cost you 200 bucks to smell like, who knows what, that are much more, those are novelty scents as well that will cost you 200 bucks. This is, even if you thought of this as a novelty scent, it's not going to break your bank. So you could definitely have fun with this and not need to worry about it, even if you thought of it that way. Which again, though, I think you could just think of this as a chocolate scent, though. You don't even have to think of this as a s'more scent per se, even though you will get a s'more vibe. So yeah, do I have anything else to say besides that? Yeah, like I said, a lot of our fragrances, very foodie, very gourmandish, so I definitely think if you like them, those kind of fragrances, check this out. I would actually say too that a lot of the fragrances that I've smelled, they actually kind of remind me of the perfume aroma kind of stuff. Like I know a lot of the fragrances that I've smelled from them, they kind of have like a little bit of a freezer burn note. I don't know exactly what makes that, but and I get kind of that freezer burn kind of nose tingly tinge to some of Terry's scents as well. So I know a lot of people like that. If you like the perfume aroma scent like Cerizo, I think that's the one that really has a lot of that freezer burn note, and I know a lot of gourmand people like that one. A lot of Terry's scents have I've smelled that kind of like tingly note too. So I mean, if you like that kind of with the gourmand feel, that would be another reason to check it out. Anyway, yeah, so probably my shortest perfume review ever. Like I said, more so than just a s'more scent, I would say for people to check this out if they like chocolate scents actually. So that's my pretty quick review. I know people want more. Well, some people want more perfume reviews, right? I'll try to do stuff. Just really busy with other life things. So yeah, my quickest review ever. I think.